Why would we want to talk about it? I don't need to talk about it. Do you need to talk about it? I don't need to talk about it. I was so mad, like I was screaming. I instantly enjoyed this. Hi, welcome back to another video. I was thinking that we were going to do what we do best here, which is a reading vlog. But we're going to do Icebreaker, Wildfire, and you guessed it, Daydream, in one video. I figured why not just read them all in one video. They're about the same people. Well, not the same people, but they're interconnected standalones. This first one is about Anastasia Allen and Nate Hawkins. She is a figure skater and he is a hockey player, and they go to University of California at Maple Hills. And it's grumpy sunshine, but she's grumpy, he is sunshine. Kind of enemies to lovers light, because they're not really enemies. She's just very grumpy. And yeah, I'm excited to read it. It's all over my For You page. It's probably all over your For You page as well, especially for the smut scenes. So I'm very excited to see that. And I'm also very excited to see if what I've been reading is correct about the plot just being non-existent in any of these books. So it's going to be spoiler free. So it will just be my feelings around the book as we go along with it. So that's Icebreaker. And the next one is about Ross and Aurora. Aurora. This is about Ross and Aurora. And basically they have a one-night stand because they both go to Maple Hills. And she sneaks away without telling like who she is and her name and everything to Ross. And they meet when they both show up as camp counselors to escape Maple Hill for the summer. And this last one is about Henry and Hal, and he is also a hockey player, so I am guessing he is on the team with Ross and what's his face? Nathan? I might be wrong. And this is like academia to lovers, or best friends to lovers, because they instantly become friends. But apparently there's something in the water at Maple Hill because they all just keep on banging. So yes, I'm excited to read them all and see what I think about them, see which one I like the best. From what I understand, people like the last book the best, and people like the first one, don't like the second one, and really like the third one. So I am excited to see how I feel about them, and if it will spark joy or sadness or make me want to scream into a pillow, because it could be all of the above, to be honest with you. But we're going to start with Icebreaker, and hopefully I will enjoy it. Let's just jump on right on into it. I'm on chapter, I want to say 18, 19 right now in Icebreaker. And I understand why people say there's no plot, okay? Because you get kind of a story about what happens and why they have to interact. But that part of the story it's just non-existent. I feel like it was just like a way to make them connect. Like, this is the reason why they have to interact, but we're not going to talk about it anymore. Like, no, we're not. We're just not going to talk about it anymore. Like, why would we want to talk about it? I don't need to talk about it. Do you need to talk about it? I don't need to talk about it. Why do all of the sexy scenes, when I listen to an audiobook, why do all of the sexy scenes end up coming when I'm out at the shops? You want to tell me that? These are noise cancelling. I don't think people around me can hear it. At least it doesn't look like people around me can hear what I'm listening to. But it is kind of weird having moaning in your ear while, you know, you're shopping Alice Osman books, you know. It doesn't really feel like it should. I lied to you guys earlier today in the car. I think I was on chapter like 13, not 18, because now I'm on chapter 25, and that is just about halfway through the book. And the plot has finally decided to show up a little late when you're halfway through the book, but I'll look past that, okay? It does worry me for like the next 2 books, because from what I understand, Wildfire, the plot just doesn't get to summer camp at all. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, okay? The plot has arrived. It doesn't say that much about the plot on the back, but it has arrived. It's not the most realistic plot I've ever heard, but then again, I don't really know much about figure skating or hockey. So I might also be wrong. But I do enjoy it. I do think it's fun. I do think it's interesting. I think the fact that they make all of these men just pine after these females and they're like, yeah, I'm a fuckboy. That is until I met you, which is realistic for a lot of people. But at the same time, they just write them so that you like them from like the first sentence. And I feel like a fuckboy, you wouldn't really like in that sense from the first sentence. It would take some time to win you over. It takes some time to win the female characters in the book over, but I didn't feel like it took any time to win me as a reader over. So like that's the only thing that I kind of want to like pinpoint right now. And if you want to read a sports romance for the plot, like you really want there to be a good plot involved, do not read Icebreaker, because like I said, I'm 52% in right now and the plot just barely arrived, okay? And I'm not really sure how long it's going to stay around for. But yeah, so far I really do enjoy it. I'm going to keep on reading a little bit later today, I think. And I'm going to read Heartbreaker when I go to bed. I'm going to read volume 5 of Heartbreaker because I am obsessed with Heartbreaker. But I'm going to keep on reading tomorrow, and maybe like over the next few days, I'm going to be done with this. I'm going to, jump straight on into Wildfire. I finished it. It's done. It's over. It's over and done with, okay? Do I think this is a literary masterpiece? No. Did I have fun reading it? Bet your sweet ass I did, okay? This was actually very fun. Not in oh my god, I'm going to keep thinking about this for like the next few years of my life and I want to reread it again, like, oh my god, like straight away. Was it entertaining? Yes. Was the plot good? No. Were the characters good? They tried to be. They were at least good to each other. They tried to be good, at least. I'll give them that. They're very nice to each other. They do make sure that they come at least once a day. That's also a little bit of a lie, but still. It was a fun book. I think I'm going to give this one like a 3.25, 3.5. I'll see what I end at when I read all of them, because I think I'm going to give them individual ones and then just give the series like a one-off. But yeah, like a 3.25 might go up, might go down when I finish the series. But yeah, as soon as I was done with that one, I dived straight into this one when I was done with Icebreaker. Okay, this is Wildfire. It's the second one in the Maple Hills series. And this one is about Ross and Aurora, or Rory, as I understand they call her. And they are going to be camp counselors at a camp that I cannot remember the name of. And I don't think it's very important what the camp is called. They meet with it. I'm on chapter 7 right now, and they kind of meet like straight away, and then they do the thing. She leaves and he's like, oh fuck, I didn't even get her number or her name or anything, but it's summer vacation, maybe I'll find her again when school is back in session. And I mean, it is Wildfire. It says it on the back. They kind of meet up again at the camp because they are both counselors there for the summer, and that's when I'm guessing shit hits the fan. I instantly enjoyed this because her dad is a Formula 1 driver. And I was like, yes, I like this. Please give me more Formula 1. Fuck hockey, okay? Formula 1, please. Please and thank you. But no, I also have a feeling that her dad is a douchebag, so maybe not. But still, maybe, yeah, okay. I'm in the middle of chapter 7. So far, the banter is fun. It's about the same as the other one. Only the thing is that now I kind of know a few of the characters because he has a group text with at least Anastasia in it and Henry, which you also meet in the first one, which is the guy that the third book is about. So you kind of already know them a little bit. And I don't know if that's why I like this book a little bit better already at the start, or if it's the Formula One that just got me. Okay? It got me. So yeah, all in all, I'm having a good time. I am actually going to make dinner right now, and I'm going to keep on listening to the audiobook, and I will drop back in when I have something new to say. Or if I don't have anything to say at all, I'll just drop back and say that. How do we feel about that? Now all of a sudden I wanted to go, catch me outside. How about that? But that has nothing to do with the book. Nothing. But yeah, I'm excited. I know Wildfire is people's least favorite of the series, and so far I enjoy it. I don't know what that says about me, but yeah, let's just have fun with it, shall we? I'm gonna go make dinner for my kids because my kids apparently need food. Rude. I know. I am out with my double, and I'm listening to the audiobook of Wildfire, and I don't really understand why people hate on it so much. Yeah, I get that, there's not really a plot, but isn't the plot their love story? I don't know, I feel like this makes more sense than Icebreaker. Maybe I'm missing something. Can you please tell me if I'm missing something? I know I've said it before, and I'm probably going to say it again, but I am still not doing very well. I'm doing a little bit better, but I've had a few bad days. So I've just been lying in bed reading or listening to the audiobook. So I did finish this one. I don't know why this one gets that much hate. I don't understand it. I know people say that the plot isn't really there. I felt like the plot was way more here than it was in Icebreaker. Because I feel like this is just following a love story, while in Icebreaker they tried to put in different elements to make the story more like rounded. I feel like this was just a love story, which is probably why it's a little shorter than the other ones as well. But I really did enjoy this. Will I pick it up again and read it within like the next year? Probably not, but I would not have a problem recommending reading this book to somebody that likes sports romances and are into smut. Or the smut in this one, I don't know. I liked it better than the other one because I don't really know. I can't really pinpoint it, but I did really enjoy it. Also, her dad is a Formula One driver, and I love Formula One, so that already, a leg up, even though he's a douche. I think Ross is a great character. I think it's lovely to read about a little bit more shy character, a little bit more withdrawn character. Nath was out there and loud, even though he gave Anastasia space. He was still, he was still captain of the hockey team. He was a little bit loud. He was almost a little bit obnoxious in a way. He knew he could get whoever he wanted, but you should almost feel lucky that he decided that he wanted you. I did not get that feeling from this one. Ross was shy, he was withdrawn, he was loving, he was caring. He kind of kept to himself, and Aurora got him out of his shell, and he helped Aurora see that she is so much more than what she pictured in her head that she was worth. So I really enjoyed their love story, because basically, isn't that what a sports romance is? It's a love story. Maybe people didn't like it because this is set at summer camp. This is not happening at school. It starts at the school, it ends at the school if you don't look at the epilogue. When I was at the store today, that's where I finished it. I finished a Wildfire as an audiobook, and I started this one. Daydream is about Henry and Hal. Henry has now become the captain of the hockey team, and Hal is just an academia babe, which is what we're going to call her. She's an academia babe. The start of this book had me fuming. I was so mad, like I was screaming. I was so pissed off because at the start of the book, Hal, this is the first chapter. First chapter, okay? Hal has a boyfriend and he's a stupid prick. Yes, I said it. He's a prick, okay? We hate him. We hate him with our entire body. He is not a good person. Like, he's on my enemies list. William, you suck. But luckily, it's not about William. It's about Hal and it's about Henry. And we tell Will to suck it and fuck off. And we hope that Henry can bring out the best in Hal, and that Hal can bring out the best in Henry. And I hope, I have a feeling this is going to be my favorite one. I have a feeling this is going to be my favorite one out of all of them, and that Henry is going to live rent-free in my heart and in my head. But I might also be wrong. But I want to keep on reading because I already am in love with Henry. And he's the captain of the hockey team. What's not to love about the captain? We all just... we gotta love the captains, okay? Go love your No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't listen to me. I'm gonna go read. I am now on chapter 11, 10 or 11, around there. I wish somebody would see when I was overstimulated and I was feeling very out of place when we were at a club, because what my friends did and what I've probably done to other people that I didn't know were neurodivergent was basically just give them another drink. I wish somebody would see me and take me home when I was overstimulated. Now I just leave by myself. I don't even tell anyone. But so far I really enjoy it. It's so fun. I love Henry. I love Hallie. I'm super excited. I kind of don't want this book to end. I love it. I have 3 chapters left, I think. I'm on chapter 33 now. I think there's 36 chapters and an epilogue. If this book right now is foreshadowing something, I am going to be very upset. Or maybe not. Maybe everything will be okay. What do I know? Because foreshadowing isn't always negative, is it? But yeah, I am super excited to read it. This is my favorite book so far. I enjoy Hallie. I enjoy Henry. I enjoy that they're not the typical couple, even though he is the captain of the hockey team and is supposed to be this, like, you know, gung-ho big shot dude, that you get to see his insecurities in a different way. You get to see his struggles in a different way, and the same thing goes for her. All of these new experiences and everything that's happening, I love it. It is by far my favorite book of them all. And I also checked Goodread again because I didn't understand why people were hating on Wildfire so much. Apparently it's just been on my TikTok people have been hating on it, because it is Icebreaker, Wildfire, then Daydream is like the one people like the most. So far I agree with that. I think unless something like really, really weird happens that you don't understand why in the last 3 chapters, I think this is definitely going to be my favorite. But I'm just going to curl up with my coffee and my book and just finish it. Might put on a sweater because I'm hot right now, but I'm going to be cold in a minute. I know myself. But yeah, let's finish it. Let's see how this ends. I promise you it's the same day. I just didn't want to wear my outside clothes anymore, so I changed into, well, inside clothes. I hope that makes sense for at least one of you. But yeah, inside clothes. So I finished it. Before I give you my final thoughts on this one, we're just going to go through all of them because we're done now. We're done with all of them. So, what do we think? Let's start with this one. This one is not as good written as the other 2 ones, which kind of makes sense because I'm guessing as a writer and as everything else, you know, the more you do it, you better you get at it. But it's not to say that it's a bad book. It's just not as well-rounded written, whatever you want to call it. Icebreaker, I'm gonna end on a 3.25. I liked it. I didn't love it. I'm not going to rave to everybody about it, but it is a cute sports romance and it ticks a lot of the boxes. The spice comes in fairly early on. It's reverse grumpy sunshine. It's super sweet. It's fun. And I enjoyed it. So 3.25. It's not a bad grade. It's not a bad grade at all. So better be happy. Next one is Wildfire. I'm not going to talk too much about this one because I have talked a little bit about it. I don't want to repeat myself because I have a tendency to do that in these clips, but Aurora, or Rory as they call her in the books, is my favorite character. She's my favorite character out of all of them. I adore her. She's so funny. She's witty, which is the same thing, I know, but I had to say it twice because that's how much I like her. And he is super sweet and loyal and kind of like a puppy, but in a good way. If you can, like, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. This one is a little bit shorter than the other ones. It's about summer camp. It's in between. So you read about one school year, then it's summer camp, then you read about the next one. And yeah, I really liked it. This is a 3.5 for me. It's more towards the love than the like it, but it's not like insta love, which this one is. It's insta love. So if that's not a trope you're very into, just be aware of it. It's very insta lovey. It's very one night stand turning into something else, but you know they can't because they're at camp and they're looking after kids. So yeah, I love it. 3.5. Like I said, Rory, my favorite character out of them all. And then we have Daydream. Oh, what to say about Daydream? I adore them. Henry is a very complex character, even though he seems very simple. The reason he is very simple is because Hallie makes it very easy to understand him. Hallie sees him, Hallie understands him, and Hallie just knows. And I adore Hallie for it. But he also does the same for her. He can also see her, he can also understand her, and he teaches her that she doesn't have to please everyone because it doesn't always please her. And this is slow burn. Compared to the other two ones, this is extremely, extremely slow burn. But I have to be honest, I didn't mind. Some things happen, so it's not like there's no intimacy, but it's not spicy in the same way the two other ones are spicy. But I didn't mind. I didn't mind at all. This is by far my favorite, even though Rory is my favorite character. This is my favorite book, and luckily you get to see actually kind of a lot of Rory in this one as well, so I'm fine with that one. This one is a 3.75. I wouldn't have any problems recommending this series to somebody that likes a spicy series. But if you don't like there to be too much spice, I would recommend just jumping straight to this one. The interconnected standalone, so you don't have to read the other ones to get the context in this one. They kind of fill you in on what you need to know. But yeah, I adore it. I would recommend. This one I wouldn't have any problems recommending. The two other one, well, and Wildfire, I don't think I would have any problems recommending either, just because I thought it was so cute. But Icebreaker is more questionable. Let's just leave it at that. That was it for this reading vlog. Please tell me if you've read any of them. Did you like them? Did you not like them? Are you planning on reading any of them? Like, what's your favorite if you read all of them? You know, all of the questions, all of the answers. Thank you guys so much for spending some of your precious time with me. I really, really do appreciate it. And while you're here, why not give it a cheeky like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.